हसरत है हमारी बाबा, कर दो वो पूरी आके। मिल जाओ प्यारे बाबा हम बच्चों से आके। मिल जाओ प्यारे बाबा हम बच्चों से आके।
अच्छा, एक सेकंड में बिल्कुल आप समान और शरीरी बन सकते हो, बन सकते हो। एक सेकंड में फुल स्टॉप लगाओ और अशरीरी स्थिति में स्थित हो जाओ। अच्छा, ये सारे दिन में बार बार अभ्यास करते रहो। चारों ओर के सर्व माया जीत, प्रकृति जीत, साकी बन के तख्त नशी शांति के साथ का सदा अनुभव करने वाली, सदा दृढ़ता से सफलता को गले का हार बनाने वाले, सदा आप समान लाइट रहने वाले, सदा अपने माइंड द्वारा विश्व को दुख, अशांति के कमजोरी से चुराने वाले ऐसे मास्टर सुख के सागर, खुशी के सागर, प्रेम के सागर, ज्ञान के सागर, आप समान बच्चों को याद, प्यार और नमस्ते।
बड़ी मन भावनी मुरली प्रेम से प्राणों को सींचे। रसीली तान की ये डोर आपकी ओर ही खींचे, आपकी ओर ही खींचे। रूहानी स्नेह का जादू आपकी मीठी बातों में, रूहानी स्नेह का जादू आपकी मीठी बातों में।
Om Shanti. In order to experience the stage of liberation in life, become free from bondage, surrender your mind completely. In order to experience the stage of being a conqueror of sinful actions. Become free from sinful and waste thoughts. Keep yourself busy in remembrance and service at every moment. Surrender your mind completely. Let there not be any other thoughts except Srimat in your mind. Then you will be able to remain free from wasteful and sinful thoughts. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to our Vikti Parivar. Today is day 16. In order to experience the stage of liberation in life, become free from bondage. Today's topic, surrender your mind completely. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti, everyone okay. Today is the day. Baba wants us to surrender all our thoughts to Baba. Baba makes it worthwhile. Today, I found when you are yogi, you are sayo. And sayoga, Tina Bhai. And now is Eric Bhai. Yeah, Baba is taking care of our Vikti Parivar. So many are offering their help. Hello, Eric Bhai. Welcome. We never thought this will happen.
No, never
All
thought.
drama. All drama.
Oh, Shanti, Mohini Didi, so nice to see you. And I don't know if I can say this, but I really missed you. With lots of love and remembrance, and of course, Baba in the heart. But I felt I was missing episodes of a very, top series. And so you even have two Eric. The other Eric is here too. But I was thinking, it's like I missed many episodes of a very good series. So I'm lost in the trailer of the story. So I had to catch up a few, for the past few years. I saw the inauguration of Tampa Center. I saw the children. I saw so many things, but I wanted to catch up a little bit. On behalf of the whole Avyakti Parivar, all our good wishes, Mohini Didi, I'm sure your body will be back to good health very soon. And even though you cannot speak much, I know you are very active, and I got some notes from your churning, so I can share also on your behalf what you were thinking and that you would like to share. But yeah, I miss you. I miss the whole Avyakti Parivar. France is like another world. I was really in another world for 7 weeks, but very happy to be back with you and the family again.
Welcome back.
Thank you. It's beautiful that, you could sometimes share just with your presence, and maybe in connection with the notes that you sent. And I know they were spoken already and shared in Hindi, translated in English. And I think many were there already. So I will not share the detailed, but it was also my experience being on a tour like this for so many weeks, and how much I'm, always feel the fact that Mohini Didi is present every single evening is a miracle. And for me, just 7 weeks was so long. And I was wondering, I would never be able to do much longer, forget about 3 years or 4 years nonstop. But it's the same. So really all my hat to Mohini Didi for her incredible presence. And what I liked about the thoughts that Mohini Didi shared today in terms of surrendering the mind to make it worthwhile. So Baba will use it in such a way that we get the most benefit from it. And it was also my experience that being, on service for so many weeks, it changes the perspective of from which state of mind do we really serve. I don't know if I served or if I was served more. The French family is really like the Eiffel Tower and the beautiful city of Paris. And I think it's a country of love. And I feel I came back after 7 weeks with huge bouquets of flowers of love from the French family. So like we see Mohini Didi with many flowers every night, I feel tonight I have invisible, but multi-million flowers of love received from the French family. And I feel I was served so well, with the love, the care, and seeing the same thread everywhere. It's either being in Canada, in USA, or in France, our love for Baba and the commitment from everyone to make, elevated efforts and to find a way, in their own country, with their own reality, to find a way to reach our destination. I was very, very touched by the French way, I would say, which is very different. It's a whole big family, almost no one from Indian origin, very French, very, very French. And someone told me the beautiful thought I found was, Baba, in France, one of the delicacy, or how do you call it, one of the specialty is the baguette, right? The French bread, everybody knows. Forget about chapati for a moment. It's called the baguette, not the baguette. Baguette is from India as well, but the baguette. But the baguette in French is also the same word as the wand of the magician. It's exactly the same word. So someone told me in France, they do have a baguette magique, a magic wand. So I feel that, it was a beautiful experience. Avyekti Parivar and you, Mohini Didi, you were very, very much in my heart throughout the whole time. I shared so many times thoughts that came from our chit chat or the Avyekti Parivar, which some don't know about. And I was hearing myself, when we used to be with the daddies, we used to quote the daddies a lot. Daddy said this, daddy said that, daddy said this. And I was hearing myself quoting all the time, Mohini Didi said this, Mohini Didi said that. And I keep telling them, yeah, you may wonder why I keep quoting Mohini Didi all the time. But, we live with her. Our life has become one with hers. And so, sometimes we need a distance to appreciate even more what is right in front of our eyes. I left Brittany, the part of France, 40 years ago. And I thought I was leaving behind, an old country and a place I didn't value as much. And going back to that part of France today, I see how beautiful it is and how much I love it. And so sometimes taking a distance makes us appreciate so much what was right in front of us, which was the case for me. I really feel how much I missed Avyekti Parivar, everyone's face, and Mohini Didi's depth and humor and presence. And so connected to the theme that you shared about surrendering the mind and being aware that sometimes just a wasteful thought based on fear or, any form of doubt or waste can become a sinful thought in a way, affecting the quality of my actions. I was thinking, that sometimes, and I know one thing I really took from Mohini Didi over the past few years is, and I used to say, when you respond to my questions, Mohini Didi, you transformed actually your answer into a blessing. And I feel as if the blessing you were trying to give me for many years was, it is good, Eric, you're making effort. And it is good to be an effort maker. But maybe you should think more from the consciousness, not of an effort maker, but of the one who has achievements and the one who is the embodiment of achievements.
And what's your experience of being the embodiment of achievements on speaker rather than gallery?
I didn't realize your mic was on. I keep seeing you, and I was thinking, Bhumi is again doing a trick on me, and she's putting the other Eric next to me, and yeah. I didn't realize your mic was on.
Mic was there, and I was so engrossed with what you were saying that I was just listening and enjoying it immensely. But you've had 7 weeks away, and you've been doing lots of service, and you've had wonderful experiences. But what from the Parivar do you think might have supported you the most being away from this elevated family?
It's probably observing how Mohini Didi has been serving us and sustaining us. And I feel I left, when you carry, when you go on trip like this, you kind of carry heavy luggage. So I couldn't carry all the points Mohini Didi gave me, but I took the essence, like essential oils, which is easy to carry, doesn't take much weight, and you can just give one drop here and there. And so I took, from Avekti Parivar and mostly Mohini Didi's sustenance, the ability to serve based on a stage which is, rooted in achievements, from a stage where there is deep care for everyone. That I keep saying how much involving the whole family, the children, looking after everyone as a family. And my experience was to meet a family, French family as a whole. Locally, there was local families, but there was a national family as well. And I keep saying, Parivar means family. And what we've been experiencing for the past almost 4 years is the creation of the sustenance of a family on a big scale. So I thought tried to bring that into my presence in France. So I feel Mohini Didi was with me in France. I have many questions actually to ask Mohini Didi at some points. I'm looking forward very much when she will be again healthy and strong to be able to answer many questions I'm coming back with after my tour in France.
Very good. And did the family in France experience the combined form of Eric and Didi Mohini?
Well, I'm sure they heard a lot about Mohini Didi.
They heard a lot. I'm sure they heard a lot. Did they experience that power of the combined form?
I have to be very honest. One of the question I wanted to ask Mohini Didi, and one of my experience was that I actually went on tour with Daddy Prakash Mani. And my experience was to imagine very often Daddy, and I don't know if it's imagining or invoking Daddy Prakash Mani's presence with me. And it was as if all the time she was there when I was giving drishti, reading murli, and reading murli every morning, and sometimes for the whole, country family is, it's different than reading it once or twice a week. It's like every day. So I used to feel Daddy Prakash Mani's presence a lot. And some people said that they had an experience of Daddy's presence. And I didn't share about what I was doing, but I was visualizing very often Daddy G's face, the way she used to give drishti, such a deep, beautiful eye, that the beautiful eyes of Daddy. I would invoke that a lot, her smile, her energy. So I didn't care, I didn't dare bringing Sister Mohini out of her body to come in France with me because she had to be in Avyakti Parivar. But Daddy G is already free. So she came with me on a tour, and I brought Daddy G with me a lot, along with Brahma Baba a lot. So I felt I had support.
Yeah. What would be the difference, if any, of how you interacted and saw the family, the Parivar in France, and how you're seeing it and what you've experienced with the gathering that is together every night here?
Well, it's a big difference, I would say. Externally, it is a very non-Indian family. I don't know if we can say that, but it's very different. There's no flavor of, India the way we see it externally in our day-to-day life. So the way they dress, France has a very serious issue with, the public image of Brahma Kumaris and any spiritual group. So there's a deep concern about the, concern people have about, is it a sect or is it a dangerous group or whatever. So they have to be very careful how they interact with the outside world. So they're very yukti-yukt, very refined, they do very well. But you have to see with the third eye to experience the same parivar as any other parivar around the world. And this is when we bring Baba into the conversation, to experience how we're all, connected to the same Baba. Thank God. There's no French Baba versus Hindi Baba and Canadian Baba. I'm glad to confirm it's the same Baba.
Same one, that's good to know.
It's good. He speaks French beautifully, by the way. And he, I think, likes France very, very much for many reasons. So it was very different, to intellectually connect with the minds and intellects of a culturally based family, which is very, very different. Public lectures in France very often will be, with the minds and intellects of French people who are very different. The questions they will ask, you have to perform at their level in a way, which was a little bit different. But having French roots was not in a foreign territory either. I had my baguette magique, from Baba and Daddy Kumarka. So I had my tools.
Wands. Okay.
Yes.
Very good. Will you bring those when you come next to Peace Village, your baguette wands?
I can bring two identical so we can share, and then we can have a duet with our ties and
I would like I would like that a lot. Well, it's wonderful to have you back. It's great to see you again. It's good to have a chance to talk. And was just thinking about the point that was being brought up today about surrendering your mind, not having any fear. And one of the things that came up is that everything is good. And so even this conversation, even this evening, I was checking, is there any waste thoughts going on? Is there any fear? Is my mind going somewhere else? Or is this opportunity for us and for everybody to recognize that there are changes, there are bumps, there are things that are unexpected, and the family will support everybody. And I'm hoping that it's true that you brought Daddy Prakash Mani with you, but I also believe it's true that Sister Mohini is feeling the love of the family at this time, that when we need it, that's what the family's for. And so in that sense, that nobody needs to worry, everybody can share their good thoughts, and it's applying that kind of point today that shouldn't have any fear, shouldn't have any worry, but to just be able to be free from that waste, doubts, all those other thoughts, and that our good wishes and our memories of what we've received are what's beneficial for everybody at this time.
And when we hear that not only we don't have fear or doubts or waste thoughts when something is different, like tonight, I think seeing Mohini Didi's smile and presence, regardless of the condition of the body, I think creates even more elevated thoughts in our minds, which is the proof that we've been taught nicely by Mohini Didi not to have waste thoughts, but to have more good wishes. And when I was in France, according to drama, my father passed away exactly on the day when I was there, with him. He would have passed away a week later or a month later. It would have been very different. So I wrote to Mohini Didi, of course, to let her know. And the feeling I had was to use, the state of or the awareness of Baba's knowledge throughout the whole experience, so that there are no waste thoughts. And fear could be an emotion, but sadness could be another one. And I was checking myself not to create or not to have any form of sadness, but what would replace sadness is maybe what Mohini Didi refers as the surrendered mind. And invoking Baba's presence in my mind, or Daddy Ji even in my mind at that time, made me think constantly, this is accurate, this is good, whatever happens is good. He has to take another role, he has to move on. So the same way as Mohini Didi mentions, yeah, everything was okay, everything is okay, and everything will be even more okay. So we agree on that.
A little wonderful tidbit. We had a service meeting today, and there is the thought to have a program based on Drishti. And so we got a little flavor of that tonight. So once again, Mohini Didi is leading us into the next step of being able to serve just through our presence, our face, the spiritual consciousness, and Drishti. So we'll see how that comes forward. I was given a little guidance that we might have another chance to do this, but other things are going to be happening now.
Okay, thank you, Eric. It's lovely to see you again. Thanks for the surprise. I love these beautiful surprises. Always happy to be in my combined form as double Eric. So thank you for, I think we've become merged now. We don't know which one is which one. So thank you for being merged in double Eric, double foreigner, double Eric. That's lovely.
Great opportunity. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Om Shanti, everyone.
Thank you.
Om Shanti. Thank you very much, both Eric Bhai. That was a wonderful scene in drama, and thank you for filling in. So, welcome to the happy world of Avyakti Children, Season 3, Day 16. And we'd like to welcome today our two little angels, Sister Rinda and Sister Mishri, and their mother and grandmother. So, welcome, whole lovely family.
Hello, everyone. Om Shanti. This is the beauty of Parivar, right? To unite everyone such a beautiful way, Mohini Didi. So nice to be able to be together.
Om Shanti.
Shanti. Om Shanti Mohini Didi. Om Shanti to both Brother Eric's Om Shanti Bhakti Parivar. My name is Brenda, and this is my grandmother, Tanmish Taban. Om Shanti to both Brother Eric. Om Shanti Mohini Didi. Om Shanti Bhakti Parivar. This is my mother, Hinali.
And what was your name?
Mishri.
Great. Lovely to see all of you. Lovely to be a part. What do you enjoy most about the Parivar, and what have you learned that you share with others in school or wherever you go?
I have spread knowledge to children in my school and my classroom. and I spread purity, and I teach them a lot about Baba. Thank you for giving this opportunity, for helping me answer these questions. May I start with my questions?
If you have questions, Eric and all of us would be happy to give the guidance we've received from Mohini Didi.
My first question is, there is a lot of activities, fights, and distractions in school. So how can we still be connected to Baba even when there's a lot of distractions going around in school?
What distractions distract you?
Like maybe probably are people fighting, if they're being too loud and not letting me concentrate.
What works for me is when there are other things going on, is to see them and recognize, is this important for me to observe and participate in? Yes or no? And typically the answer is no. And so bring my attention back to what I need to. This is Robin's kingdom. Lots of things are going to be happening, and lots of things that aren't what we would want. What we want is going to come soon in the golden age. And so recognizing that there's a lot of individuals that are influenced by all those things that Baba just told us we shouldn't be. The worry, the fear, the upset, things aren't going right for many people. So how can we be stable, not get pulled into that, and just have that remembrance, and also that remembrance is service. And so those were the 2 points that were highlighted today. You are the master of your thoughts. Choose to bring them back. Does that help?
Yes.
You can make, if there are distractions, the thought is also to make Baba my attraction number one. And the more there's attraction to Baba, the less anything else will be a distraction, because you have attraction, right? And my yukti, you know what I like to do, and I know we may not give answers as good as Mohini Didi, but after going to France for 7 weeks, maybe I should go to trance now and pick Mohini Didi's mind and bring it back. See if it works. Mohini Didi, can I try to connect this way and see if I can transfer, if I can pick up Mohini Didi's thoughts, I'll see if I can share with you. But the thought for me, what I really enjoy is, you know, you're distracted because we are starting to look outside. But if I look inside, I create the image of Bab Dada with me. Literally, Brahma Baba is next to me with Shiv Baba, and I'm really enjoying to play with them. Sometimes he's put his hand on my shoulder. So if you're at school, you may imagine Bab Dada sitting next to you at your desk, and then you can have chit chat with him and say, oh, they're distracting me. What do you think? And then he would say, well, am I not attracting you? Don't you like my eyes? Don't you like my smile? Don't you like what I'm going to tell you now? So playing with Baba in a beautiful way, it becomes very attractive. And we cannot think of something else because Baba is too much attractive.
Thank you. You both brothers have explained very well.
Thank you. Phew, Eric, we passed. Number one question.
You did a great job.
How many questions like that? We passed number one. Thank you.
My second question is, how was your childhood in terms of spirituality, and what is one quality you would like to share?
Say the question again, please.
How was your childhood in terms of spirituality, and what is one quality you would like to share?
Our childhood, our spiritual childhood, or our childhood when I was a little kid, and was I spiritual?
When you were a little kid, and if you were spiritual.
Oh, I was not very, very spiritual when I was a little kid. You are very fortunate because your parents and your grandmother is there. And you know, when there's grandmother that can nurture your heart, it's like the whole world is connected to your heart. Grandmothers are grandmothers, they're bigger mothers than other mothers, right? So they're like mothers of the world. So you're lucky you have both mother and grandmother giving you spiritual insight, spiritual sustenance. Personally, I didn't have that in my life. So my only spiritual awareness was the need for love. And I remember a very young age knowing that the world needs a lot of love and there's not enough love in the world. And I was feeling, where can I get love? Because there wasn't love, enough around me. I lost my mom very young. I wasn't not with my dad. And baguette is a nice bread, but it doesn't give love. So in France, I was not getting, chapati has more love, I think, than baguette, but I didn't get enough love. So my only spiritual awareness as a kid was knowing that one day I would find love. And that's what I found when I found Baba. What about you, Eric?
The question is something I don't get asked a lot, but it takes me back to a very profound moment. I grew up in a different tradition than the Brahma Kumaris. And one of the practices in that tradition, that religion, was something called confession. And in that, when I was young, wasn't a big sinner when I was 9 or whatever it was, maybe around your age. But we had to practice saying, oh, I've done this wrong and I've done this wrong. And then after you would say something like that, then they would say some prayers, say 3 Hail Marys, and your sins will be forgiven. And I remember believing in that and saying those prayers. And when I came out of the church, I remember not knowing how I reached the grounds. They had big steps. And it was as if I had flown because I wasn't aware of walking down. I was so elevated. It must have been that feeling of purity and the sense that there was a relationship with God. That seed was planted or watered or reawakened. And I think what I learned is that there are many souls who have the truth inside of them. And if they have the opportunity to have that refreshed, reawakened, watered, nurtured, that will blossom, that it's inside many souls. And so giving them the opportunity from, my Brahmin life on is to allow others to have a chance to understand the truth that's already carried within inside of them. One of the sayings that there is, you can't create a Brahmin and you can't stop a soul from becoming a Brahmin. It's just in their drama. So we can facilitate, we can help, we can reawaken, we can give them the drishti, however it's going to be. But that experience stayed with me up until now. It's, we all have something, and there are little bumps that push us in the right direction to get where we want to go. And that's what our service is. Not to convince someone, and not to make them do something, but to be able to give them a little guidance on their journey.
Thank you. Thank you so much for answering my question.
You're very welcome.
Shanti, you answered Renda's question very beautiful. May I start? May I start with my questions?
We do.
How can Baba answer our questions to the murli?
The question to the murli or the question to?
How can Baba answer our questions in murli?
In the murli.
Murli. Murli.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
If you have questions about what Baba is saying, how are those answered? Yeah, okay.
So actually your question is more, when you have questions, do you feel Baba is answering your questions when you read the murli?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. What is very nice is when we have a question, is first to have the faith that Baba will answer my question somehow, one way or another. It may not be next day's murli, although it could be. It might be a murli during the week. So we have to be aware, that Baba will answer my question one way or another. It could be through a class from Mohini Didi sometimes, because Baba is Karan Karavanar, right? He can use any means he can to connect with us. So if you have a question, but you're not listening to Murli next day, which never happened, right? Because you never miss Murli. But if you don't listen carefully to the Murli, how is Baba going to reach you? So it's beautiful that we have faith first, that Baba will answer my question, no doubt. And then we become very eager to find out. Oh, it's like, treasure hunt. Do you know treasure hunt?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's the same. You want to find out the treasure. Baba has the answer, and you have to find, where is Baba going to hide the answer? Is it in a murli? Is it in a class? Is it in my dream? Is it, in what I hear by talking to someone else? And then we search for answers from Baba in many ways. But yes, the murli very often will respond very clearly to your point. One day I was having many years ago, I had a thought, Baba, what if I could find a good friend, you're bodiless, you don't have a body, you're busy, you're always busy around the world. I need someone to talk to all the time and to be a little bit more present. What about if I were to find a friend? The next day, and I'm sure this is true, the next day, the whole murli was about, why would some people want anybody else as a friend except Baba? They must be fool. Why would they look for someone else when God is right in front of them? The whole murli, not one point, the whole murli was about God is your friend, he's your best friend, you don't need anybody else. On that day, I thought, wow, that was direct answer. Like the next day, the whole murli was about. So I never looked for another friend after that.
One of the experiences that I'm seeing now is that Baba knew that there were two of you, and so there had to be two of us to provide the answers. There's very much a principle in the world and in the Brahmin family that whatever you think about will appear. So if you have a question, write it down. And then you don't have to chant that or think about it. But if you have that thought, the answers come. And my experience is we do service programs and we have to come up with ideas for what the topic is going to be. What are we going to do next week? What are we going to do Thursday? What are we going to do Saturday? And it's like, okay, my turn is coming up. I have to do something. And if I listen with that question, what is my topic going to be? I'm inspired. Something happens. It's always like a minor miracle. Something happens and I get an inspiration or an answer. And it's like, oh, that's a good idea. And then I have a couple points and then I don't have to think about it. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to, what's going to happen? What's this? I don't have thoughts. I don't have to tire myself out, but I just have to have that awareness, that question, and that has power to invoke answers. And if we have a spiritual question, the source for us is the murli. And as Eric said, it might not be immediate, but if we're listening, we will get an answer somehow, some way, sometime. Samjha?
ठीक है.
Thank you, Om Shanti. Now my mom will ask you a question.
Oh, wow. It's okay.
Om Shanti, Mohini Didi. Om Shanti, Brother Eric. Om Shanti, Avyakti Parivar. My question is regarding kids, like how to limit screen time for kids, despite of telling them like several times politely, they're still on phone and social media. So
Pop quiz. How much time, this is the kids' answer, should you spend on your social media during a day? Half an hour?
I'm on YouTube for 45 minutes.
For 45 minutes. Mom, how much time do you think they should be on the YouTube or social media?
I think to 30 minutes.
30 minutes. All right. So it sounds like that's a pretty close negotiation. What I am hearing is that screen time is damaging. It gives you ideas, it gives you feelings that aren't elevated. And so I'm not going to say that there's a specific number, but maybe a little, how about 33 minutes next week and see how that goes. But there's a lot of research indicating how damaging to self-esteem social media is. And so I would say sometimes Baba has multiples of 2, there are 2 Erics now, but sometimes 5. And so if you spend 5 times in meditation as you do on social media, that might be a way forward to limit the time. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yeah, you've got to balance it out. It's really hard to live in the world without being connected to mom and knowing things. But just like those distractions that you mentioned, if you let those distractions come into your life, you'll be lost. They're very powerful. And so what am I actually using it for? And that's a great question. Am I using it to be entertained? Am I using it because I'm bored? Is it because I want to know what's going on in the world? You know what's going on in the world. The world is changing, and Baba wants you to change in a way that other souls don't have a chance.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Nothing from Grandma?
Yes.
Yeah.
So my grandma was wondering, for Brother Eric, how did you come into Gyan?
Sir.
Me, Eric, or the other Eric? Which Eric?
Yeah.
Oh, there.
Oh, this is a long question, huh? This is going to be a long. I don't know how to answer it. Very short. Go ahead, Eric, first, maybe.
I think we will keep this for next time.
All right.
Yeah, it's a long question.
Great question.
Yeah, we will
And-
have a special session for this. Okay, angels?
Very
And
good.
you will interview them again. How's that?
Excellent.
Okay, thank you so much to everyone and all the beautiful chit chat and question and answer. Both Eric Bhai, that was a lottery today, and also to Vrinda and Mishri and their parents. Om Shanti. And now tomorrow is Sunday, and our schedule from Amritvela 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. Meditation will start at 6 a.m. followed by Hindi Sakar Murli, followed by meditation, Bhog offering, and then English Awake Murli until 9:30. Then Double Foreigners Madhubar online program from 9:30 to 10:30, and that will be from Loving the Yagya and Principles is to Love Baba. It's class by Brother Abhiram. And then in the evening, we will have 6 o'clock meditation will start, and tomorrow is World Meditation Hour from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. Hindi series, English series, Happy World of Awake the Children, Awake the Journey. Welcome to Awake the Journey, Awake Murlis from 1969. Multi-million-fold fortune and blessings.
Om Shanti. Avyakt Murli, 9th of May 1972. Show future from your features. Those who fulfill the responsibility of love are those who have love in the intellect. Such children who fulfill the responsibility of love will have the attainment of all the happiness in the world for all time. All the other children are made to sit in the land of liberation, whereas those who fulfill the responsibility of love are made to attain the fortune of the kingdom of the world. In fact, the souls of the entire world are Baba's children, but whereas all the rest of the souls receive temporary happiness, those who fulfill the responsibility of love have attainment for all time. Apart from the children who have such love, no one has the part to attain all attainments through having all relationships. Baba also sings praise day and night of the virtues of the children who fulfill the responsibility of love. You put everyone else aside and offer everything to this one whom you love. This is a proof of love. So, apart from the children who constantly have love and are cooperative, all the other souls are put aside in the land of liberation. So, just as the Father is showing the practical proof of love, in the same way, ask yourself whether you have put aside from your intellect all other relationships and all the things that attract. Have you surrendered everything to Baba in all forms, all relationships, and in every way? Other than giving cooperation to Baba's task, you're not giving your cooperation to any wasteful task for even 1 second, are you? If you have love, that is, if there is yoga, then there is also cooperation. Wherever there is yoga, there is also cooperation, sahayog. If you have yoga with the one Father, then your cooperation is also with the one. To be yogi means to be sahayogi, cooperative. From your cooperation, you can check your yoga, and through your yoga, you can check your cooperation. If you become cooperative to any wasteful actions, then are you constantly cooperative with the Father? Do you perform every action whilst keeping in your awareness the first promise you made to the Father? You children do not cheat in some cases like the Bhagats do you? You say about the Bhagats that they are cheats. So you also do not become cheat, do you? If you consider yourself whatever is yours to be mine and use that, then you are a cheat, are you not? To say one thing and do something else, what is this known as? To say that the body, mind, and wealth are all yours, since it is yours, then how can you have a right to them? If you do not have a right to them, how can you use them for a task according to the dictates of your own mind? If you waste any treasure of your thoughts, time, breath, wealth of knowledge, or even your physical body according to the dictates of your own mind, then are you not a cheat? You become influenced by the sanskars of many birds. Om Shanti.
क्या खूब ये, क्या खूब ये रूहानी मुल्क तेरी कायनात है। क्या खूब ये रूहानी मुल्क तेरी कायनात है। मिल रहा है चैन यहाँ, मिल रही निजात है। क्या खूब ये रूहानी मुल्क तेरी कायनात है।
Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Bhakti.
In order to experience the stage of liberation in life, become free from bondage.
Recording in progress.
Surrender your mind completely. In order to experience the stage of being a conqueror of sinful actions, become free from sinful and waste thoughts. Keep yourself busy in remembrance and service at every moment. Surrender your mind completely. Let there not be any other thoughts except Srimad in your mind. Then you will be able to remain free from wasteful and sinful thoughts.
जीवन मुक्त स्थिति का अनुभव करने के लिए बंधनों से मुक्त बनो। मन को संपूर्ण समर्पण कर दो। विकर्माजीत स्टेज का अनुभव करने के लिए विकल्पों व व्यर्थ संकल्पों से मुक्त रहो। हर समय स्वयं को याद और सेवा में बिजी रखो। मन को संपूर्ण समर्पण कर दो। मन में श्रीमत के सिवाय कोई भी संकल्प उत्पन्न न हो। तब व्यर्थ संकल्पों व विकल्पों से मुक्त रहेंगे। ओम शांति।